priority bans and picks in here? Like just wild guess, or maybe just like some heroes that you want to see being drafted in here.
I kind of want to see people bring in. I kind of want to see them banning Long because Long is a pretty relatively new hero. I feel like it's gonna be, a little bit more buff than the others. But now they have already banned one hero from each team. They banned Ali, Dahlia, and then I think banning Dahlia is really a good choice because refreshing CD of a certain hero is definitely super annoying, and it could really harm your entire team in a team fight.
That's true. I mean, Dahlia has always been a priority ban in major tournaments, even community tournaments like this Clash on Air Cup as well. So pretty understandable. And by the way, everyone, to those who are watching right now, in our tournament setup currently, we are implementing a global ban pick mode wherein in one series, a team will be able to use a particular hero that they have used already from a previous game within the series. So they have, in this kind of tournament, it adds up spice on how everyone can actually strategize their draft overall. So it's gonna be tricky, of course, a challenge for the most part for the coaches if they do have. And yeah, we can see a Lady Jen banning here despite actually being nerfed, wherein her damage and a poke in the late game have actually already reduced. But of course, early game wise, you don't want to deal with the Lady Jen because it has improved anyway in the adjustment last July 11. And Arlie, very late game hero. Once this is given the farm that she needs, it can, you don't really wanna. For an Arlie, she doesn't require much support. Also, whichever hero roaming support in here that they will be picking in XDG, you don't wanna. It won't require, the Arlie won't require much of an assistant in comparison to other. But the Long, which is you have been mentioning a while ago, Luna.
Ow! It got chosen, but it was fun to see it into because Long has a lot of considering it as a marksman, it actually is very a lot of skill combination, skill mechanic can be applied, so it'll be very interesting to look at. While Mozi will also be one of the very annoying support if it's gonna be a support because there is a lot of control going on. What do you think about Extraction Force heroes take?
Well, Lane and Mai Shiranui, with the Mai Shiranui in the mid, of course, they will be eyeing on some pickups in here. Or in the Lane as well, they have lots of potential in, just annoying targets or going for that execute and then ultimate skills right off the bat to actually end of the lives of their opponent. But then again, we will be able to figure out later on once they complete the draft. But so far, good sustain on the Kaiser in there. Actually, I thought the Kaiser is gonna go onto the side of XDG until we see that the Kaiser is actually on the side of Extraction Force. But for now, Haino gonna be matching up in the pokes in the mid up against the Mai Shiranui. Just have to be very careful on potential flanks that might come out from the Kaiser. But so far so good. With Haino in the mid, by the way, we do know that the Mozi is gonna be support or roam already.
Yeah, and also I can see they're picking so many annoying heroes, as in see, Haino is such a poke harassing heroes that gonna make the opponent has to play safer because it's very long range and also it can switch in between, right? And on the Extraction Force, I personally like to play Ming a lot, and I can feel how much Ming can boost up a team, because Ming can buff up your teammate at the same time. It can be really annoying by connecting your opponents and stuff like that. I think it's pretty strong for now.
Yeah, especially, we would usually see in rank games like being partnered up with the Garo, which is still available for picking right now, even the Hoi. So I think it's gonna be scary if they let in here. They let the dual laners of Extraction Force to just be able to get the farm that they need because, again, this is Ming empowering their teammates or just weakening their opponents. But with the Prince of Land Lane pick here by XDG, it seems like they also want to go for some pickoffs So I think if on the side of Extraction Force they select a farm laner that is quite immobile, like that of the Hui, then that's gonna be a dangerous one, especially if there's no Ming beside him. But I think you play Ming Luna, so for sure you know this. Most likely the Ming is gonna be beside, yeah, the Hui.
Yeah, exactly. Because Min can't connect any other heroes in the team mostly. Otherwise, Holy probably will be very dangerous as we know Laling Wang is there.
That's true, but for now, the draft is finalized. This is going to be Team XDG from Malaysia and Team Extraction Force from the Philippines. Our game one for our first best of 3 series. Again, this is Clash on Air Cup Honor of Kings Season 2. We're going to be your casters. I'm Kaisaya. With me is our very special guest, Luna. I'm so excited to see this. But Luna, may I ask you, how do you feel about, I mean, the long versus it's a pretty new hero in global server, but how do you feel about the synergy between the long as well as the Matsu?
The long between?
Yeah, between the synergy between the roaming Matsu as well as long in the farm.
I feel like Long can help a lot in this case because Long can technically like kind of mobility. So when Long flies away and come back, it's gonna help them to actually considering harvest certain number of heroes in there because Long is probably quite vulnerable in this team composition. Oh,
Ooh, that's true. I do agree on that one, but for now we can see Matsu having to roam around, going bottom lane part of the map because it's gonna be a discrepancy in here on the numbers. But for now they're gonna take down the whole E just like that, very quick assist. So quite unfortunately, they quite overextended in that part of the lane. They did not see maybe the Matsu actually going down the map.
And we can see actually it's our prediction. Ming is actually following Kaiser in this case. Wow, maybe that's why Hong is being caught. While in the middle, they are starting a fight rain.
Yes, they already starting this fight. Everyone's just going so low on, as you can see in here, even the Prince of Landling has to back away a little bit. It's having a hard time finding a setup, a gank. But for the meantime, a 1v1 situation down bottom part of the map. He will take down that long down bot, but will this cost his life? But for the meantime, going so low at the moment is Masa going to be a double kill on the side of Team EXF, or rather Extraction Force, thanks to the backup of XYC, our Ming onto the bot lane. But meantime, a 1v1 tussle up top. But no, they're gonna be stopping that. And Byron said, okay, no, not now. I need to back up. Maybe have to wait for Prince of Landling to come in before I actually start a fight.
So Prince of Landling, even though the experience is already level 5, but I feel like it's a bit obstructed by how he unable to get any life until now. While at the bottom we can see just now Long and Hovi actually kind of exchange. So I was hoping Prince of Landling can actually get another blood so that it can go well in the early stage.
Lots of folks here and there for the meantime coming from the Matsu, but in here I think we'll just have to wait for the first objective to come in, which is that 4-minute game time once the Tyrant or the Overlord is here. You know, usually this is where the tables can turn around, or we can see who will get the first lead of the game. But for the meantime, it is a 4-1 rotation coming from the side of Extraction Force in here, and here we go, Prince of Landling, but not a good situation for him to actually try to get a target because everyone's just piled up all together, right?
Yeah, the raid team is like, we're gonna walk in 4 and then Prince of Landling can't even perform. I don't know, the raid team did it on purpose so that Prince of Landling couldn't really have his early stage advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Prince of Landling, he could just like go 1v4 and if ever he is able to actually burst up one target, it's gonna be hard. I mean, he might just die onto the hands of Hannah. But for the meantime, tussle in here with Owol and Hannah into the middle lane right now, super low in HP, will be able to go For the also feature one, not gonna be using that for now. He is back to safety, but we're talking about an objective already being taken by Extraction Force at the moment. The question is, will there be a steal that could happen? And here the folks being tried out by the Matsu, but to no afford, the Smite will still win. But seems like this is a free Overlord objective for our Prince of Family.
Yeah, so apparently you can see that the Ring team, they actually, as Dragon Force, they take the Tyrant, which means they actually got more on the money, experience and stuff. While on the blue team, they actually have increase of damage. Hope it's gonna help them in later fight. And we can see in the early, even up until even now, the Ring team keep on going almost like in 4 people formation in a way. They didn't go too far away from each other.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. And yeah, just like this, what's happening now? I mean, the Kaiser is also very near into the middle lane, just so in case team fights happen, he can just like back up and assist. For the meantime, Wilson here is kind of in a difficult situation, but no, he will be back to safety. Fortunately, I mean, Matsu and as well as Taino is just quite near in that position of the map, and you know, in case team fights happen, he could just like be given that backup that he might need. But everyone's just just poking each other in all of the lanes right now. Not much action happening as of the moment. I think they're just waiting really for someone to get the pick off.
But then if you look at the tower, actually the XDG has been poking a bit of their tower already. How of them is gone, and now they're chasing over.
Yes, and they are definitely chasing over everyone right now. We can see our long mages of the infinite vastness as of the moment continue with the team fight right now, but the flag is actually incoming onto the sides. But who really is going to be the target right now? No one. So far, no casualty from the fight, but do take note, Spider Miles is actually already in here. Is it going to go for the dive? But no, he will just actually be creating the space. A lane actually went under the death of Sunset, but not going to be killing anyone. But look at the damage coming from the rest of the members of XDG right now, obliterating everyone on the side of Extraction Force. Oh my, that was really quick. What just happened? It's a triple kill for Demon Lover.
It's actually an ace for the Extraction Force, and the blue team XDG take the time to invade the jungle for Extraction Force, as well as breaking down towers, which is really a good opportunity for blue team. It happened really fast, and it's really how do I say that they combine really quick, they gather really quick, and give a really good support in the team fight earlier.
That's true. I mean, just like as we thought, I mean, it has to be like around past 4-minute game time, wherein we potentially could see the upper advantage, which is already so far taken by XDG. But of course, there's still hope coming from the side of Extraction Effort. Extraction Force, wherein I think we just really have to wait for Ralzu to go online and get the buff that he will be needing coming from the Ming. But of course, it's gonna be also quite tough for Kal Borsi, our My Student League player in here, to pick off a target. Apart from the numbers, I mean, difference in terms of goals, the Hino can just like go for the Fate Rewind later on. I mean, Matsu, if he tries to get in him, he will just go for the Think inside the box. So who's gonna be the main target in here? Maybe once he gets the Prince of Landling, just caught him off guard, try to get him off guard, and maybe that's the time, at least to lessen the threat of someone invisible coming from the side of XDG.
I am still pretty impressed of how Prince of Laling managed to escape multiple times and poke and escape run away. Because there's multiple times I thought he's gonna be gone, you know? And then right now we can see...
Oh no!
I'm
so sorry. Demon Lover is just like, okay, I got a target, I'm just gonna go all in for this, and he caught Ralzu on the map. Demon Lover, we have been casting him since season 1, but for the meantime, Hannah in here is actually caught off guard. Super CC on him right now, but he will be able to survive. But everyone so far will just try to calm down from the side of Extraction Force, because they do know that they lack Ralzu just came in from death, and now the map is in the control of XDG as of the moment. But yeah, Demon Lover, I think if I recall my cast from previous season, I keep on mentioning his name because he just plays the Clash lane so well using the Byron.
You can see that XDG actually managed to take down the jungle, the red team's jungle area, and also taking down the Overlord. Meanwhile, they are being super aggressive after, but right now I think they're about to touch the EXF team again, but they are running away as of now.
That's true. They managed to take down the tower up top, but for the meantime, they're going to go all in terms of the clashing here. We can see Monster already going for a think inside the box, but then again, he will fall down onto the hands of the Kaiser, our invincible warrior in here. But everyone going onto the back line, trying to shut down Ralsu, but to no effect so far. Ralsu is still all alive, managed to survive. Nice try coming from Demon Lover in there, but I guess with the help coming from Ming, the debuff as well as the buff he can give onto his teammate, just help out before the meantime, look at the damage coming up from that long, just killing off, deleting Kalborsi off the map. And this is now a position for Team XDG to actually get more towers in their favor.
Yeah, meanwhile they have took down the mid second tower, and also they're taking down the bottom lane tower, but it doesn't have enough minions. Thus, I think they're going forward to the dragon, the tyrant.
These array, the Shadow Tyrant we're talking about, gonna be giving not just the chain lightning buff, but at the same time some movement speed in the map as well, even when they're fighting, and what more, even more when they are out of combat. So that is, with this buff, it is a good opportunity for XDG to look for team fights. And look at what Prince of Landling is currently doing right now, looking for a potential target. Oh, will it be XYC Army? But no, yeah, he's just sending threats for the moment.
His position looks so dangerous. I am so nervous for him, but he managed to just run away like that because of being able to be invisible. And now we can see they're actually pushing and giving stress to the high tower of EXF right now. And even
Oh, definitely. In here, Spider Miles have to go for that Death at Sunset. Not gonna be killing off anyone, but look at this damage coming from our long killing of Ralsu under the tower. What a smooth move, even going for the dive under tower into the high ground, and now the mid lane high ground was already falling down. This means that the super minions into the mid will be walking towards this lane as well, but the question is, will they even wait for it? Because it seems like SAG wants to finish this game as soon as possible, and everyone's just going under the crystal right now, even taking the damage, and we can see Spider Mouse going down as well. And what a wipeout once more. Extraction Force Squad unfortunately will fall down, and our winner from that game one is gonna be XDG Esports Gaming, coming from Malaysia.
congratulations, XDG! Like at the beginning, I thought they were a little bit like kind of unable to tell who's gonna win, but halfway through when they start their first ace, that's when they start able to control the entire game.
That is so. I think XDG played this really well, not just onto how they actually drafted the game, but how they executed. They had a Prince of Landling there, and usually when you have the Prince of Landling, you don't want to wait until the late game because it's going to be hard for you to actually survive. Most especially if we already have the Hoi already empowered with lots of farm that he needs, and what more, he has the Ming beside him. So I think it's just a good idea coming from the side of XDG that they finish this game, not even having to wait for the 20-minute game time, because it's going to be tougher for them because again, Prince of Landing, not really for the late game, but more on to the early to mid game, just like what they have showed us right now. But then again, I think, I think we have to commend many times our Demon Lover in here playing the Byron a while ago. He set up a lot of good plays, even targeting the back line, trying to kill off the Hui from the side of Extraction Force. But I think now the question is, since this is a best of 3 match, how will Extraction Force this time draft out against XDG? I wonder if they will be banning out the Byron this time, because to be honest, Demon Lover really showcased a really good play on the Byron.
like an eagle, and you know he did really well. And MVP fall to XDG Demon Lover. I definitely like. I'm impressed like how he managed to like even at the beginning he managed to start like really well controlling the lane, not giving out his life, and even managed to support in a lot of ways, going to different lane and always come at a crucial time, giving crucial controls and everything.
Yeah, that's true. I almost already did not notice his KDA in here, but we do know he did even get the triple kill from a while ago. But yeah, let's take a look at the scoreboard, and it's not only him, but also Wolves. Oh, you know what? Usually I will usually see in Facebook groups like where okay they're gonna be sharing some game results and they say I am supposed to be MVP. I have 616, but why did they give it to Demon Lover? Now I think I know. I mean some of the staff coming from Honor of Kings they said it's because you have to take a look at the specifics later on. It's not just like about the number of kills, death, and assists, but like the tower damage contribution, etc. So there's a lot of in behind the formula. So yeah, this is what we're talking about. So if we try to assess in here, right, like damage take, I mean 48.3k, 26%, that's a lot that Demon Lover had to take in. Imagine soaking in all the damage for the rest of the members to be able to free hit from the backline. I think that was so amazing. I think that's the major contributing factor. That's why he got the in-game MVP as well in the game.
Looking at their team fighting percentage too, I think you can kind of know that the entire team always able to give quick support in a really quick time because it's all above 70%. While on the Extraction Force team, you will see that sometimes they might be like a little bit loose. So maybe that's why they kind of lose a bit on the team fight on a certain period.
Yeah, that's so true, but I guess it's time to respect Demon Lover's Byron, and it makes me wonder. I want to see his other heroes, to be honest. Like, okay, maybe if you see him play a lane, but I don't think that Extraction Force will actually be giving like the heroes like that of a lane as well, but at least try to weaken out. If the threat is Demon Lovers Byron, then so be it. Just maybe ban it out or take it away from them, right? But yeah, gonna be an interesting best of 3 series for tonight because I'm pretty sure Extraction Force did learn a lot from that previous game that we just saw.
They probably need to restructure the entire draft as well, knowing how aggressive XDG could be. So they probably, not quite sure, but they maybe need a control immunity, stuff like that. Maybe it could help in their team. We shall see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't fully see the results a while ago, but we do have a screenshot in here. I'm pretty sure that they actually built they were actually on the boots of resistance in here that help somehow in terms of like being safe from the CCs, but then again I don't think that's enough because usually you also want to build out like that of the frigid charge, but I think we did not end up on those kind of level already. They lacked in terms of farm, so I think they didn't manage to catch up on that one. But yeah, I do agree on your point in that really annoying Motsu in there. Add up the CC coming from the Byron, so I mean boots of resistance definitely not going to be enough as a source of like a way to actually counter the crowd control. But then again, can come back on game 2 for sure. They will be able to do something about that. For me, it's really just ban or take away Byron. I'm really eyeing on Demon Lovers Byron. I keep on saying his name and his hero.
You are just super impressed.
Yeah, who wouldn't be impressed? I mean, if I'm gonna be playing ranked game with him, okay, totally. I'm gonna be drinking coffee just so we continue the queue, just so we continue playing.
And we're gonna learn a lot from them.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, other heroes that actually we want to see, I think as well. You got your Long already, which is our newest
Hmm.
hero in the global server. Again, I wonder if we'll be able to see a Marco Polo, Zilong, or Wukong. Lady Jen was banned a while ago, so quite unfortunately. So yeah, well, maybe let's just see how this one will go on to our second game as we head on to the draft. Yeah, what do you see about the
Oh,
draft? What would you? Oh, again,
Lady
Lady
Jin!
Jin.
I love Lady Jin so much, mainly because of the second skill that can in between, and it just cause a lot of damage. The more people in the meat, the more damage you can make. So it's just so annoying that I really love it. While they again XDG ban early, I wonder what kind of experience they went through that they keep on banning early. Probably they know how strong Ali could be, like you said earlier. Very mobility, very able to stand alone hero. And now they ban Long.
You were
SDG ban?
mentioning, yeah, that's true. You were mentioning even a while ago. Okay, this is a new hero. Potentially, he'll be like overpowered for now since it's pretty new. So we did see how Long would actually. I mean, really great. He did mash up with the number of kills that the Byron had a while ago. So we did see his power as well. But so far, Extraction 4's in here. Only got one priority pick. They're gonna be going for the Tolia, which is quite understandable. No Byron is saves. Maybe the Footsie will go into the Clash lane. We don't know yet. It can go onto the farm lane too. But for the meantime, this is a good trick coming from XDG.
I see them taking Tachel. Actually, looking at their season 1 game, they really good at using Tachel by summoning people along there to get the tower, to have to cover a team fight. They are just really good at using Tachel. I wonder would it be a trick for Extraction Force for not banning Tachel?
Yeah, that's true. You will be surprised. It seems like their strategy in here is like similar to when they had a Prince of Landing, right? Wherein, okay, surprise attacks. Because a Prince of Landing can go invisible. You don't know where he is until you see the sign on top of your head. Now, it's pretty similar. Of course, just different role in here in forms of Dacia, wherein they can go for surprise attacks as well. But I do respect the sustain that Extraction Force has in here with the Yuhuan as well as the Dolia. Imagine getting the resets onto the Yuhuan with his Unending Sorrow and a Melody of Peace. That's going to be looking scary. I mean, there's going to be a lot of heals and sustain for the side of Extraction Force. But finally, I think on the last two picks that they have in here, they have to make room for the source of damage. They cannot just like be all out sustain, of course. And yeah, but so far for XCG, it's quite balanced.
But looking at how Dolia is paired with Princess Frost, it could be very scary if Dolia decided to reset Princess Frost ulti, because it's AoE and then it's like the damage is really high. So it could be like high sustainability at the same time high damage if it's managed well. But I was wondering what other two heroes they're gonna take. While on SDG, they actually, it feels like SDG goes like, okay, I am not using this, so I'm banning this at this point. Like they're banning longest now they're banning Byron.
Yeah, it makes me think that maybe the Footsie is gonna go for the Clash lane. That's why they're already banning out a lot of Clash lane heroes in here against Extraction Force since they're done with it anyway. But for the meantime, a while ago, the Mai Shiranui was on the hands of Extraction Force. They're gonna be going on that for now. In terms of the mid, of course, mobility wise, of course, there's another advantage in the Mai Shiranui. But of course, in terms of the whenever we talk about team fights, there is the creation of space coming from Princess of Frost. But at the same time, you know, it's nice to reset the ultimate of Princess Frost. Sorry, I said Princess. I was like thinking about Prince of Landling, now Princess of Frost. What? Okay. Anyway, Princess Frost. So it's gonna be like. Dolia will definitely have a lot of thinking. Okay, do I reset Princess Frost Ultimate or do I reset Yuhuan and Ending Sorrow? So I think now it's up for them to decide. Like if they want to go for more sustain, she goes for the reset on the unending sorrow, but if they want to go for more zoning, of course, help out Princess Frost get back her winter is here. But then again, our draft is done, and now we see. Actually, I got tricked. It's not a it's not Futsu Clash lane, but instead it's a Futsu in the farm lane, and we have the Guan Yu as well, who can actually just go for roaming around, easier roam around the map to actually go for backup. But to you, Luna, what do you think about our draft in this game too?
I feel like XDG still looks super aggressive with the combination of not just aggressive, their mobility are super high because Guan Yu and Mai already has high mobility, and meanwhile they have Da Qiao to even gather around, and most of the hero they have is more of like a warrior. So it feels like the attack and damage gonna be high in a consistency, while Extraction Force has the Marco Polo, which could be dangerous too. And they started in the middle again! Kaisaya!
Yeah. I mean, that was quite a surprise up against Extraction Force. Definitely, Dolia forced to just go back to the base and get back his HP. So, I mean, that will definitely make him catch up a lot in terms of the gold. Anyway, he's got the roaming item in here to help him out in catching up in terms of gold. And we were talking about the Marco Polo. Right now, he's actually got a buff wherein he gets more attack speed that can benefit him in early game. But he must be very careful on actually getting locked up by the footstep. But for the meantime, onto the mid lane part of the map, you can see members of XDG actually going super low with the burst damage coming from our Princess Frost as well as Hana 1 in here onto the EU1. So nice pokes really coming from the side of Extraction Force.
Mid lane started out really aggressive with three people in the middle, while just now Marco Polo has already taken the river sprite and the fire hook. So it feels like they could be get to level 4 faster than Phoenix teams. So
Yes.
it can make a difference if they actually fight.
That's true, but I guess for the meantime, roaming is what they can do right now. Pokes here and there. And yeah, I wanted to go back on the matchup between our farm laners in here, the Marco Polo and the Futsu. Definitely Marco Polo needs to make sure that Futsu doesn't have the Sage Knight in here already to actually target him out or potentially take him down quite easily with a locked CC as well coming from this Futsu. But I think for more on the side of Raltsu in here, just be safe on his lane. Just try to not overextend because that can cost him life if he do so.
Yeah, it could be really dangerous for him as well because Statio is just right there and she is reaching level 4 maybe not too long later, and they could anytime summon anyone else to help out. While in the middle, I think they're playing pretty safe, just trying to make sure their economy, the minions' money go back to their pockets.
That's true, and it's already on the lead on the side of Extraction Force. And you were saying about just be safe into the middle lane, most especially for Princess Frost in there, because again, mobility-wise, he doesn't have much of that. And we're talking about the Guan Yu, who is quite annoying in terms of the CC that he can do up against opponents. And actually, he's going to be dealing with a lot of CCs in here. Everyone is CC coming from the side of XDG. So, but yeah, they have to find, they have to build itemization that can actually stop that long CC slows as well. But yeah, we are about to head on to the first objective in the game, both the Tyrant as well as the Overlord. I think in here, team fight wise, definitely XDG has the upper advantage, I must say. In terms of kicking off targets, they have more CC, they have more ways to actually stop Raltsu and even XYZ in here onto clashes. But in terms of creating space, in terms of zone creation, there is, and the sustain as well, by the way, the upper advantage is on the side of Extraction. And now we'll just have to find out because their Overlord inside already has pawn. Who is gonna get into the position first? And we can see already the ultimate has been used by our Dacio, and now we can see the surprise attack up against Raltsu. This is what you were talking about. Now Dulia Dacia will fall down as well, and the rest of the members of XDG. Ooh, look at that. We can see Kalborzi actually trying to survive here down bottom part of the map. He will be able to do so, fortunately, but unfortunately, though, the tower is about to fall down just like that.
Yeah, and they're taking their chance right now to take down the first tyrant at the same time. So it's not just tower, they take down two heroes of Extraction Force. And E1 didn't manage to steal the tyrant. And now the Ray team also managed to take their jungle for a bit earlier, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, you got the position, the space onto the bottom lane part of the map. Definitely you have the greater upper advantage on taking that first tyrant of the game. And we see this 1v1 happening onto the bottom lane part of the map. Wolves going super low up against the damage coming from Hana. Will there be a fever barrage? No, quite unfortunately not, because that is going to be under tower anyway. But 4 members in the side of Extraction Force onto the bottom lane part of the map, they are quite overextended in there. They don't have a tower, just so you know. But I think again, oh look at this, or ultimate has already been used by the Dacia. Eye of the Whirlpool is there. The backup came, but members of EXF were able to go back to safety.
So just now we can see that XDG is actually trying to take down their middle lane, and now they are all focusing at the mid lane. You can see all the heroes are near the mid lane. They're also invading the jungle of the Extraction Force, and they are just trying to poke a bit here and they're giving stress, and meanwhile also trying to push the line in the mid lane and probably crossing the tower again once. Would they do that? And there they go!
Oh, look at the back line! Very nice! Razor Cavalry in here that we saw from the one you in here, killing a lot of members on the side of Team Extraction Force. Spider Miles is now all alone in here. Survivor from the side of Extraction Force. But then again, Demon Lover have been doing this since Season 1. What are you? What are you? What are you made of, my man?
That's super aggressive, a really good startup of a team fight, and obviously XDG managed to take down the mid lane. So right now, Extraction Force could be really hard because they actually need to protect the tower and such, and they might not be able to look at their jungle because there's so many ways for them to clean, while Ray team being super aggressive meanwhile and having a slight 3,000 gold lead as of now. And we can see that blue team is pretty split out right now. Extraction Force is pretty set out, and they probably couldn't save the Clash Lane tower too.
Yeah, they are pretty divided at the moment. Not a good sign coming from the side of Extraction Forces at the moment, because I think they're getting distracted with the pressure that the Guanyu is actually pulling down bottom part of the map. But then again, it doesn't matter because that's the advantage of having a Dacia. We can just like call your teammates if you want the team fight to happen, right? It's an easy Eye of the Whirlpool. But we can see in here, the winter is already up in here into the game. And unfortunately, though, Princess Frost will fall down. And we can see the tussle still ongoing onto the back line, though. We can see the Guanyu already going for more kills. A double kill, make it 3. Killing off the Dharma as well. We can see Dolia still surviving, though. But it seems like Guanyu wants to take more. Will he actually dive in it? No. No. Okay, that's too much. Oh, that's too much of alliteration.
Yeah, but they managed to take down yet another tower in the mid lane. Also probably a tower at the farm lane. We can see that actually from the fight just now. Princess Force damage cannot catch up with probably XDG's damage as of now. And now they're playing really safe, just protecting from the high ground because there's so many waves coming in. They're probably gonna lose their Clash Lane tower too, with Tasha on the Clash Lane, clearing the lane. And I think for now maybe it's best for the Extraction Force team to actually focus on farming and play really safe, because right now they probably it's best for them to wait for Princess Frost as well as Marco Polo for late game. But they will need to survive till then. It could be very challenging.
Yeah, that's true. I think they have to proc out the Eye of the Whirlpool of this Daciao, because even though Demon Lover is far away, just, you know, creating pressure on the other end of the map, with the Eye of the Whirlpool coming from Daciao, he can just like call this guy anytime they want and, you know, just set up a team fight or go for a good flank. So I think procking this out, like whenever there is no skill available coming from the Dacia to call this Guanyu, then I think this is the time wherein Extraction Force can actually go for, look for fights. I mean, just pick up a particular target. Maybe my Shiranui is gonna be tricky though, or maybe just take down first the Dacia, because the Dacia is definitely being problematic in calling his members, his teammates, to go for a fight.
Exactly. Also, in almost in 10 seconds, the enhanced Overlord and Tyrant gonna be refreshed with XDG actually take down more and give more pressure towards the Extraction Force. And now, Tachao has already called the member again. Oh no,
Now, yes, now there she goes in there. It was actually the winter is here, but we can see the members of Team EXF already falling down from the flank coming from our Guanyu. But we can see Hana1 trying to get more targets, but he will fall down as well. Spider-Mai still surviving, but has to back away and go back to the base to regenerate his HP. This is, again, really being problematic. The moment that we see Kalborsi actually go for the winter is here, doesn't matter because they will just wait for it to finish down the whole slot, because we can see, oh no, that was a very bad move coming from Spider Mouse. I think they could just like have given the tower, but I think they're also thinking, okay, no, let's not give them some super minions, because that's gonna be even tougher later on. So I think let's just hold on to this, just give up your life. I think that was like on the mindset of Spider Mouse. That's the reason why he went for it. But yeah, I mean, a while ago from the clash, we did see Winter is Here has been procced by Princess Frost, followed by Eye of the Whirlpool coming from Dacia to call Guanyu. And Guanyu was able to actually just flank from the back line again and even just dive in front of the faces of Team Extraction Force. Doesn't matter if there's tower, for as long as they take down the main damage dealer, which is Rousey.
Well, we can see the XDG right now. They're fighting.
Oh, this is what we're looking for though. Dacia already has fallen down, but quite unfortunately, Guanyu is actually onto the back line trying to eye for that Rousey. Rousey has already fallen down, but he is now being punished in here by the rest of the members of Team EXF. He will fall down, but quite unfortunately, the Dolia will only be the one left, because there's just like way too much damage coming from Wolves, our Futsu, coming from Owol as well, the Mai Shiranui, and more sustain coming from the Kaiser too. So I think that was a nice attempt. They did it on the side of Extraction Force, but I guess Raozu was open still for taking from the hands of Demon Lover.
We can see that XDG Futsu actually took down the high tower despite there's no lane. Looking at how they do it, they really want a super minion. Also, they also managed to take down a Tyrant earlier, and now they're also invading the jungle, taking the Azo Golem for Exotic Force jungle. And I think they are giving pressure again on the Exotic Force right now, but meanwhile they are not just invading jungle, they are also sending lines. You can see Guanyu at the bottom line actually has bring the minions down there, while I was hoping Futsu will bring the minions on the Clash lane as well, so that it can give more force pressure to Extraction Force.
That's true. I mean, Extraction Force have no other way right now but to stay in their base, wait for a potential mistake that XDG could do later in the game. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, they managed. Again, they were able to do it, take down the Daciao. But I guess that was a good objective, by the way, because that's the easiest target that they can have right now. Unfortunately, though, Demon Lover was just like nearby when they took down the Daciao, and the Demon Lover was able to take away Raozu. But I think what they need to find in here is an opportunity wherein Raozu can nowhere be found, and there is no way for Daciao to actually go for the Eye of the Whirlpool. But again, it's easier said than done, because you know this is a live game. This is quite tough to actually manage. But for the meantime, it seems like there's an aggression already coming from the side of XCG right now. We can see Ayano Koji in here is already going for more pressure up against Team E. Except super low on HP in here is our Hana1. He will be able to survive thanks to that unending sorrow, saving his life from the hills.
For Extraction Force actually has hero that can clear minion waves pretty well, but now that they have Dragon coming in and XDG invading, I wonder how would they control it?
Oh no, you can see Marco Polo though going down onto the hands of the members of XDG right now, followed by Spider, Miles, XYZ, Super Low, and HP are ready as well. The rest of the Vanguards are already trying to hit our Crystal. Is this gonna be it? But we can see Hannah was still trying to save the Crystal, but to no afford because he will be fallen down and be killed by the Kaisaya. And there you go, XDG will actually win our series for our first round 3. Congratulations.
Congratulations! Now that I can really see why you like to call Demon's name out so much. it gives so much pressure, like the Guan Yu actually always able to control the wave control and always manage to take the ADC or the main damage dealer of the other team, which is really scary. And Tacha is really doing a really good job here. The place where Tacha summon and the timing is all really good.
He is way too focused on his goal, right? If he has a goal, okay, I'm only gonna look on that one. My goal is to look for where Marco Polo is, and that's where I'm gonna be focusing on. That's what Demon Lover has been doing since our game 1 from the series. So quite unfortunately, Extraction Force, we'll already be saying goodbye to this tournament. Nice try, GGWP. Since this is just like a single elimination round, so yeah, it's gonna be only XDG moving forward to the next round, which is already actually the final. So that is gonna be tomorrow. We'll see how this one will go. So for now, they're gonna be sitting pretty, but yeah, what an intense game 2. Nice try on actually making the Dolia Yuhuan combo. They do have some source of damage. A while ago we were talking about, okay, they have a lot of sustain already with the Dolia Yuhuan combo, but if we're talking about source of damage, is the damage coming from the Princess Frost enough, as well as from the Marco Polo? Quite unfortunately not. But for the meantime, our MVP from that game is going to be our Mai Shiranui. Oh well, with a score of 7-1, 11 damage of 90.4k, and a gold of 10.7k. So, oh well, I think he did a lot of contribution in bursting out a lot of targets as well. And of course, displacing targets too. So I think that's where Dolia as well as Marco Polo really had a hard time from that match.
Exactly. Now we're looking at the number. I can see that Marco Polo was literally being bullied in a way. And yeah, probably I think, like you said, it could be Mai as well as maybe Demon Lover, or they have been suppressing the ADC from EXF team. Well, you can see actually Princess Frost as well probably kind of look like her economy is not that high as well. She would probably being pressured a lot in her mid lane as well.
Definitely Raul should have fun in the bottom lane part of the map. Either he's actually getting suppressed by Futsu, or you know, Daxiao just being annoying, calling for backups, and then Raul being surprised with, you know, surprise attack. So that was not a very fun game for our friend Raul in there. He did try, but we did see the potential again, as usual, between the duo combo of a Dolia Yuan combination. It's just so happened, it seems like XDG do know how to actually counter out this kind of lineup. But yeah, nice try coming from the side of Extraction Force. Congratulations still, because they did get some experience participating in this tournament. So yeah, while we are at it, I'm happy that we did see we did not see Lady J, but we did see Marco Polo going into the draft, and even the long, right, which is pretty new. I wonder though if in the next 2 series we'll be able to see a Zilong, Wukong, and hopefully Lady Jen, because Lady Jen keeps on getting banned, you know?
Exactly. I kind of want to see Ata in this in the other match as well. Yeah, because Ata is actually a really sustainable heroes that I really want to see how you can roam around and hop around. And yeah, and hopefully we can see a bit of
How about Angela?
Angela. You want to see Angela?
Why not? I mean, like she's always getting either picked or banned.
Oh,
and lots of
exactly.
gangs can be pulled off with this hero as well. But yeah, we'll see about that. But I guess mainly I want to see how they work around with Lady Jen or the recently buffed heroes like that of the Silong and Wukong as well. But yeah, it's of course all about Verity. I don't know if you are hearing us or if you're already listening, but if you do and if you have that plan in the draft, maybe you can show that kind of gameplay to us. But then again, Luna, would you like to invite our community members to our Discord?
Yeah, if you're enjoying the game so far, make sure you can scan. Make sure you scan the code at the bottom, and you can join our community Clash on A Cup, and probably you can discuss about the game, some technique, communications. Yeah, scan the QR code right now to join our Discord server.
Yes, indeed. Maybe you guys will see me and Luna there. But yeah, for the meantime, before we head on to the next game, which is Doom of the Gods versus XG Next Gen, we'll just be heading on to a very short break. Once again, we're casters. I'm Kaisaya. With me is Luna. We'll be back in a few minutes.
See you.